Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 states that under certain conditions, unauthorized use of copyrighted material is allowed as fair use. This applies to purposes like criticism, commentary, teaching, news reporting, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted under the copyright statute, which would otherwise be considered infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and let's get into today's video. Welcome back to Tiamat's Evolution. And ladies, this video is about you. This is about celebrating your power. This is about celebrating who you are, and you have to understand that your womb, there is a lot of power in it. We'll talk a lot about that later on in Patreon. Again, like I said, right now I'm uploading books for you guys, but I don't have much to say in this video. This video will pretty much speak for itself, and it's in celebration to you. Enjoy.
Women are not natural. Women are spiritual. And every man that is here, I challenge you, starting with you, Mnona. You don't sleep with a woman. You sleep with your mother. Because the woman that you sleep with is able to reproduce you.
Does that sound right?
Miram Komana. Your wife is your wife, yes. But she's your mother. Because your wife will reproduce you. Kademoaka kanomirira, the feminine energy. 3 months later, after a baby girl is born, then you take the child out when the moon sits and you show the child the half moon and you tell the child, there is your mother. Because from that day onward, that child, female child, must understand that her cycles of life are going to be managed by the movement of the moon. That's why even in Shona, when women are there, we say, Warikumwezi. Hello?
Yeah, that's deep.
Where are they? They are with the moon. Women are therefore spiritual portals, sacred spaces that translate human beings from sperm and water into bone and marrow. This represents the purity of women. And when a country loses the virginity of girls, it has lost its spirituality. That is the cleanest space of any nation, is the girl child. And any man who walks out there destroying virginity, you are destroying spirituality and truthfulness. For the only truth we have is women. The rest are lies. And if our women can produce after truth, the world will be restored to order. It may sound like a big obligation, but in a world that seems to undermine the value of women, I come as an African traditionalist and I say, the center of the community and the nation is women. And there's no way any man can carry this on their shoulder and they abuse women. This represents the protection of women, the spirituality of women, the purity of women, the reproduction of women, the portal into life of women. The very scary diamond shape you see on my hand, the 4 grandmothers, the 2 grandmothers, 2 grandfathers who make your mother, 2 grandfathers who make your father. These 2 come together. When these 4 are together, there is the door into life itself. Sleeping with a woman is accessing this diamond shaped space, and you need a conversation with the ancestors to who have brought this door into your hands. It's illegal, therefore, to sleep with a woman unless you have had a conversation with those that are with you. That's why in Shona we say Mangwanani, Mamukase, Makadi, Mawoko, Salimonani. I don't see you, I see them who have brought you to me and who have access into the very portal of life. I need a conversation with those that have brought you into space. That's why many people, particularly men, are dying. It's because they are ministering in temples where they are not allowed.
Temples.
They're ministering in sanctuaries where they are not allowed. Gentlemen, women are a graveyard. You either have a womb or it's a tomb.
It's a shot, right?
Whatever you speak out loud actually has a lot of power. So when you say, I am beautiful, I am wonderfully made, your body goes into agreement with your words. Another thing that I want to emphasize is that your throat chakra is the bridge between your heart, your third eye. And so they are listening to the commands of the throat chakra. And so we have to be mindful that when we use our throat chakra, it is a reflection of what is going on in our heart chakra and what we can see. And it's vice versa as well. So we influence what goes on in the heart and in the mind, and our voice also impacts what goes on in the heart and mind. So we need to be mindful of all the dynamics involved in self-talk.
I found a way where we could heal instantly anything, absolutely anything, any disease, any illness, everything. I have them coming with every illness you could possibly think of. I see miracles every day in my office. And they wanted me to teach this method so everybody would know the importance of how you can use your mind. You have no idea how important, how powerful your mind is. You are a great and powerful creature. You should never, ever be sick.
No.
No aches, no pains, nothing.
Nothing.
Because the body is a miraculous machine that's been created and perfected to take care of itself and heal itself if we don't interfere. So that's what I'm trying to show people. If you have an illness or something, you have done it yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You make yourself sick. And some of my clients say, well, what do you mean I don't want to be sick? But if the mind is that powerful that you can make yourself sick, it's also powerful enough to heal you. We find out, why did I do this to myself? And that's what I teach in my technique, is how to find this. And I've been perfecting this technique now for 45 years. And I'm teaching it everywhere, all over the world. We have thousands of students now in every country you can imagine. They're all learning it because it's fast, it's quick, and extremely effective. That's why I'm going to be here this next week. We're having one of the biggest classes I've ever had is going to be this week. Level 2 starts tomorrow. But then we have level 1, we've got about 120 people in that class. The largest one before that was one in Australia when I had over 90 something.
I loved it.
And I have doctors, psychiatrists, all kinds of medical personnel are taking the classes and incorporating this into their practice. So you see, I've come a long way since the 60s. But that's the idea, is to show people you're more than just a physical body. You have such wonderful capabilities. And now is the time to bring all of this back and to show other people how we can do it ourselves, how you can use the power of your mind. So it's no longer a pipe dream. It is really happening. But they have told me many times through my clients, you find your passion. You find what you're really supposed to do, what you're here for. You don't get sick and you don't age because you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. And you're happy doing it. So that's probably why they said I found what our mission is after raising a family and doing all this other thing. That's why I said I've had several lives in one. You know, my husband was in a wheelchair for 25 years after he was almost killed in the Navy and his body was crushed.
Car accident.
So we had to get all that behind us and raising a big family before the universe said, now it's time to step into this role.
Wise words
See,
from
we
Mama
have to start
Pill.
doing this. You know why? Because we are responsible for the little girls coming up. We could break a lot of dysfunction if we just start with ourselves and then start bringing the little girls into it. It would be phenomenal, the change in our little girls in the next couple of generations with us just doing that simple, basic thing. I'm having this opportunity to talk to all of you about this because the sister here felt, you know, she's really plugged in cosmically to what's going on. I don't know if she talked about that earlier today. She's cosmically aligned with what's happening.
I want to talk to women, particularly melanin dominant women, who you are different. You are highly spiritual. You're highly perceptive. You have never fit in. And you want to come out with a business, a transformational company, content, or a book, or you want to do some kind of work that you know is going to be highly judged. You know it's going to trigger people. You feel so compelled to bring it forward. Like you can't even rest well. There's a kind of lack of peace that exists in your life because this thing truly has called you at a heart and soul level. And so there's the inner war between, I know people are going to judge me for this. I know this is going to trigger people. And at the same time, feeling like I gotta bring it forward. And so there's a kind of, not even just inertia, because inertia is like a lower perspective or experience in this. It's more so the purgatory, so to speak. It's a kind of purgatory of like teetering like this, which triggers anxiety in you. It triggers deep dissatisfaction, a sort of restlessness where you always sort of like are feeling like you're on the edge of things because you know you gotta go, but you're scared to go. And then you're most likely by yourself with nobody to talk to about this and nobody who actually knows what the fuck they're doing to actually help you bring this forward. So I want to talk right now with you and I want you to lean in very close, and I'll even share this video and comment and all that if this is you. So one thing that even I remind myself often is I am in this world and not of it. I am here to serve. I'm here to do very specific work. The reason why women like, and even men like us, but the reason why women and men like us don't fit in is because we are to create something. And for those of us who truly have the itness, meaning when, as you listen to me speak, you know I'm the one for you and you're like, Naima can help me, right? Even if you don't feel like I'm the one to help you, you know that there's something in you. You got the thing to bring forward. Like you're clear about that. You're not doubting of like, not in a major way. You're not doubting like, am I the one? Like, should I really do this? That's less, you know, or that may be non-existent or less existent in you. It's more so a matter of how am I going to do this? I know this is going to create contention, etc. And that's where you live with it. And so it's so important that you remember that, yes, being you, what I call the itness, being you, the one who has never fit in, who's always been this one who you could see through people, you could see through things. You know, I've had women like us say, my mom told me when I was 8 that while the adults were still trying to figure it out, I already knew. You know, you could see through things when you were 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You can see through truth. You can see through people. And because you've done that, and people are, you know, are constantly lying and, you know, want to make you go into forgetfulness. In the past, when you have said things just true, clean, pure, people have said things like you crazy or other things that make you like, well, Did I see what I see? Da, da, da. So while you remain the itness, there's a lot of you that swirls. And like I said earlier, you're by yourself and oh my God, people are going to be triggered if I bring this forward. And like, what if I'm wrong? I mean, like, it's just all this that you swim in. And so ultimately what you're going to need is some high quality support. So here's two things I want to talk about. If you're not ready to pay money, because it's truly a readiness thing, my content or anybody's content, yes, it can help you it can be a salve, so to speak. It can be an encouragement. It can be nice. It can be, right? But you're not going to move and invest money and put yourself in the game and get visible until you're truly ready. Prior to that, there's this sort of licking yourself, so to speak, like priming and quietly grooming yourself. Like, am I gonna do it? I want to do it. Oh my God, and the back and forth and the continuing to go in circles and noticing yourself wasting time, noticing that you've been doing pretty much the same thing a little bit different for the last month and feeling the frustration behind moving. Like some of y'all still want to do that. Listen, I've been there. That's fine. So if that's where you are, what I give to you right now is remember that you are in this world and not of it. You have never fit in because there is very specific work for you to do, and you know that. And ultimately, there's going to be a decision that you make, and you're going to make a decision to get in the ring. That's what it's going to come down to. You're going to get in the ring or not. And based on what you've already experienced, that you will continue to feel more of the same anxiousness, the same restlessness. Then, if you haven't already been, you'll become short-tempered with people. Your sexual drive will dry up. You will start to not like yourself, not like life. And there's a sort of rigidity and an internal bitterness that will come because and only you know that you're not doing the thing that you are called to at the highest level for you. I share that with you for those of you who have been spinning for a while, you've been running from your power for a while, you've been living in a story, whatever. Keep watching my content. Go binge watch my content. There you have it. Now, baby, woman, for those of you who are ready to let her out, come on, right? There is work. I am here. Listen, if you are here, other women like you are here. That's another thing for the woman over there for you to remember. If you exist as the alien you are, as the black sheep you are, as the motherfucking beast you are, you ain't the only one. This ego game we like to play, like, I'm just so different. I'm just such a different being of God. You're not the only one. There's others of us here, and you're going to choose to come the fuck out or not. So for those of you who are ready to come the fuck out, there is very, very, very high level work for you to do. This is the actual big game where there's refinement of the danger that you are. You get to know your heart. You get to listen to and respond to your soul. You get to fuck up a lot. You get to make mistakes. You get to figure it out. You get to be seen. You get to serve. You get to live the big life, the fullness, able to back up what comes out of your mouth because you're in the ring, not over here going in circles and I know I should and I want to and I've been meaning to, but this and this and that and that, because we've been there. We already know what that looked like. We know what that feel like, and we know where we going with that. Over here, you don't really know what's going to come out. Yeah. You make yourself available for what burns in you. You make yourself available for the call, the high call on your life. You say yes. You lean into me. If you feel called this way, only if you feel called this way, you lean into guidance and mentorship with me. And to go from here to here is a decision. So we're starting there. From here, purgatory, waiting, living in anxiety, restlessness, and fear. Over to here, that's a decision. Over here, we're getting visible. Over here, we're refining our emotions. Over here, we're telling the truth. no matter how much it hurts. So if you're ready to go from being over here to coming over here, I invite you into my womanhood initiation. It's happening this week and this week only. Go to the link in my bio, click it. There are 4 options. You're going to click womanhood initiation. Go to the link in my bio, click it, and click womanhood initiation. I look forward to seeing you on the other side.
You could do anything you want when you chosen. Righteous in alignment, heart space really potent. Bitch, I'm open, protected from the vultures. When I'm smoking, the ashes in a circle. With the salt on the window, sage flowing. Top flow, shit, these bitches tippy toeing. Ain't no sinner for me, and these niggas know it. They get their feeling hurt, they evil like showing. I sent that weak ass spell back at your mama. Some people can't vibrate past their own trauma. You want a war with me, bet you be honored. You double cross me, I bet you get slaughtered. God don't like ugly, you looking real sloppy. You played yourself when you woke up and tried me. Don't you know I got these angels and goblins? It's up to you how we tap in.
Spirituality, nobody can teach it to you. You need to get the fundamentals of any books, any spiritual system. You can get the fundamentals and then look at inside of you and then determine how you are going to use the fundamental principles to improve your life. But nobody can tell you, you must pray every Friday, you must do this every Saturday, you must do that every Sunday. No. Because what is good for you is not necessarily what I need. You may need to go into yourself and meditate 100 times a day. And even the same person will not need it the same way all the time. You, in certain circumstances, you need to be meditating and finding all your forces, gathering all your forces continuously certain days. And then other days you may not even think about it. It doesn't mean you don't pray. Because everything you say, if you're living your own life, if you are who you are, and you know who you are, and you live working towards realizing your mission in life, every sound of it out of your mouth is a prayer. Every gesture you make is a prayer. Every dance you dance is a prayer. And when you make love with somebody, you are praying. If you know who you are, and this person knows who they are. That's right. That's right. There isn't anything that you do that is not a prayer. When you know who you are.
Y'all know the saying, seek and ye shall find? Well, that's kind of what it's like when you're trying to connect with your higher self. You got to seek you to find you. But I'm going to break it down simply. Connecting with your higher self just means connecting with your truth. Your truth. That's the key word. Because for so long, we've been programmed to believe what everybody else wants us to believe. We've been going along with society's rules. I mean, just think about it. We were taught what's right and wrong. But who's to determine what's right and wrong for real? That's what connecting to your higher self is like. You finding you so that you can guide you and stop letting everybody else guide you. You give yourself the confirmation and stop looking for it in others. In order to do this, you got to cancel out the noise of daily life because everything is so loud and chaotic. You cannot hear yourself. The ultimate way of connecting to yourself is meditation. There's no way around it. Sit with you, sit in the discomfort, deal with it, and then heal. Every single time. You're only stuck in certain positions because you put yourself there and you allowed yourself to stay there. Another way to connect to your higher self is to connecting through nature because I am everything and everything is me. Nature's going to give you every sign that you're looking for as long as you're paying attention. So I'm going to give y'all an example of how I connected to my higher self through nature the other day. So remember I said nature will give you the signs that you're looking for as long as you're paying attention. So the other day I'm in the car giving gratitude and thanks, meditating, thinking about my life and where it's going, right? So I was very ecstatic and happy about some of the opportunities that have come my way. In that moment, I was giving thanks. I was talking to my brother as well, because if many of you don't know, my brother passed away, unfortunately, in 2014. So I was telling him, thank you for guiding me. I know that you're with me every step of the way. I'm just talking to him, giving him thanks and gratitude as well. Then I asked my higher self, I asked nature, I asked the universe to give me a sign that my brother was with me. And the way that I did this is I said, if you are with me, which I know you are, please give me confirmation by sending me a dragonfly today. I know I love dragonflies, bees, all that, right? I kid y'all not. I'm driving down the street with my girls. We listening to I Can Do Magic by Kambada, and it's a specific part of the song that came on. So as I approach the light, the dragonfly is literally just coming towards my car, and it stops right at my window and staring directly at me. Like 30 seconds, literally. That shit had me so hyped, y'all. It wasn't just a coincidence. That didn't just randomly happen. The connection to my higher self. It was the connection to my ancestors, my spirit guides, to the spirit realm, to the universe that allowed me to see that symbol and sign for my brother. Like I said, connecting with your higher self is about trusting you. It's about trusting the signs and symbols that you place before yourself, or that the universe or your ancestors are placing before you. A lot of y'all are seeing synchronicities. This is not a coincidence. You are seeing repeating numbers. That means that your ancestors, your spirit guides, or your higher self is trying to get in contact with you. You need to pay attention. Also, if you get a lot of ringing in your ears, that's another sign that your higher self is trying to get in contact with you. We know there's a medical term for it, but we're talking about spiritually. Once you tune the noise out, you will start hearing your inner voice louder and louder. Trust you. You got this. I got faith in you. But you should first ask you if you have faith in yourself. Peace, love, and light, and gratitude for watching.
The mature spiritual woman, she doesn't need to do love spells, use crystals, use potions to force somebody to love her. Her magnetism comes from her self-worth, her embodied self-worth, because she doesn't only say she's worthy, but her actions speak for itself. Her magnetism comes from the way that she pours into herself, the way that she pours into others, into what she does, into what she loves. The mature spiritual woman does not need to attach herself to anyone, and she doesn't want anyone attached to her either. She knows that this attachment and this need to control is a sign of weakness. It is a sign of not standing in your power, not standing in your worth. She doesn't need to force, because forcing means that she is out of alignment. She uses the power in her darkness to learn, to heal, to evolve, to grow, to shed versions of herself that are keeping her stuck and stagnant, to break free from old patterns, to set boundaries, to enforce limits, to walk away from what doesn't serve her and unapologetically say yes to what does. She does not need to use her darkness to manipulate, to play mind games, to prove anything to anyone, to bring anyone down, to put herself above anyone. She knows that those who are ready to receive what she has to offer will energetically be drawn to her, and they too will have what it takes to receive what she has to offer, but also provide what it takes to keep her around.
You know what? Let me tell you something. This is for the fellas. Do not mess with a divinely protected spiritual woman. Don't mess with her. Do not mess with her. Because if you hurt her and one of them tears drop, I tell you, her ancestors coming after your ass. You mess with her, oh, your world is going to fall down. It's going to get you where what matters to you the most. Do not play with a divinely spiritual woman's heart, because you're going to have hell to pay, and it ain't going to even come from her. So, I'm just saying.
A woman is psychic. If you've been with another woman and you go home and she asks you, babe, where you been fucking? You gonna help me get these sins off?
You gonna say that?
Yes, ma'am. Because you already know anyway. You're gonna know. Like, women have something called intuition.
Yes.
It comes from the womb. The
So
womb
true.
is governed by the moon. Lunar is governed by the moon. When a woman get her cycles with the moon, when you know that you're dealing with a spiritual being, you can't tell a lie to him. You're gonna only cause damnation on your own soul. She already know. So if she has sex with me after I told her and I didn't tell her the truth, I could offset her pH levels. I ain't give her a STD, but her pH levels off balance because her womb know that I've been with another bitch. We slanging iron and selling dope and shit in the street, but we scared to tell our women the truth. You gotta tell her the truth so she can heal you and protect you, because our women are healers.
Yeah.
A real woman though, you know, but that's just my philosophy. Nigga think I'm crazy. Man, bitch, you going in there and tell on yourself. Cool. Fuck it.
Part of you has to die. Every time you evolve, you gotta leave it back there. You want it because it's familiar. A lot of times we like to resort to the familiar, even if it's toxic. So you have to leave that corpse, that beautiful old you that's be left, and you have to move on and not look back. That's the hardest part, not leaving the people, but it's leaving your old ways and you.
If you're not doing these 3 things, then chances are you're having difficulties manifesting with your womb. So here are 3 mistakes that are blocking your womb manifestation. First things first, if you have one of these magical portals, you must understand that your womb is capable of creating man. So my question becomes, why are you working like one? Number 1, you are working hard and you think that by working harder, you will get closer to your goals. But let me tell you something. Working hard does not equate to working smart. And trust me, I get it. In a world where everyone is expected to work like a man, you're like, how do I survive? Well, I'll let you in on my number 1 tip. You just have to magnetize. Number 2, you're constantly thinking about ways in which you will not accomplish your goals. Maybe you're doing it consciously or subconsciously, but it is a thought that you constantly have. Maybe you are a overthinker. The solution is to become more of a feeler. Thoughts program the way that you feel. And number 3, you are disconnected to what makes you a woman. You find it difficult to soften into your femininity and allow things to come to you. Because of this, you feel very disconnected to what makes you a woman. And instead, you're connected to what makes you a man. You're constantly anxious, overthinking, and worrying about the worst case scenario. Well, I invite you to adopt the best case scenario. Can you imagine a reality where you don't have to work hard? A reality where you can magnetize all of the success that you desire? A reality where you are soft? A reality where you are connected? Well, I can. And all you have to do is use your imagination. Focus on the feeling. Place your hands on your womb and ask yourself, what do I deeply desire? And decide in this moment, right now, that you no longer desire it. You are living in your highest timeline. I love you.
I don't want to hear that weak ass bullshit, bitch. Get off your motherfucking ass and go get it. Ain't nobody finna motherfucking save you. If you want it, bitch, go get it. It's yours. The fuck? Get your ass up, hoe.
Okay. So, even though I don't fool with him, he is right. What he is saying in this video is he is teaching men alchemy when it comes to sex. So, what he's saying is that if you come across a woman who was what they so-called promiscuous, and now she is conscious, meaning she has tapped into her spirituality, tapped into her spiritual nature. She is a very powerful woman because she knows how to use sexual energy to manifest. So he's teaching men that the trick to manifesting easily is getting with a woman who is spiritually connected and who knows how to use her sexual energy to manifest. So, even though I don't fool with him like that, he is absolutely right. And as a warning to women, there are a lot of men out here that absolutely uses our bodies and our spiritual connection to manifest things. They are not in love with us, but they are using our bodies to manifest. It's called sex magic. So pay attention and be very selective on who you share your body with.
especially if you are tapped in spiritually.
Here are 4 steps to transmute low vibrational energy. The word transmute emanates from the Latin word transmutare, which simply means to change. So we are changing low vibrational energies into high vibrational energy. Let's get into the sauce. First, you must become aware of what you want to change, because how you gonna fix what you don't know exists? Second, you must know why you want to let go of it. Why do you want to change it? What is your relationship to it, to this person, to this place, to this thing? Because first you must know your reason, and then you can form your intention so you can begin your ascension. Third, you must find it in your heart to be grateful for this low vibrational energy, because through gratitude, you can find forgiveness. And with forgiveness, you can give unto yourself what was taken from you by this low vibrational energy. You see, forgiveness is actually for you. 4, you must find the opposite of what you are transmuting. If it's anger, let it be joy. If it's sadness, let it be happiness. If it's sexual repression, let it be sexual liberation. You keep following me. Don't stop. Start by creating a solution to transmute the low vibrational energy in your life, to take you from point A to point infinity. I love you.